So the other day, Gamespot did an interview with the Genshin Impact devs and asked some incredible questions. So shout out to them for that about the future of this game. Their answers were definitely disappointing, but not surprising. The first one talking about endgame content. Genshin at this point has no plans to release permanent endgame content that are similar to the Spiral Abyss, and their argument for that is that it will cause players anxiety. I am all for the Spiral Abyss expanding past 12 floors. I think that especially if you are C16 characters, this is a very easy thing to accomplish. Adding in harder levels would definitely just increase the challenge and make it a little bit more fun and intriguing. There's also no pressure if you don't like the Spiral Abyss to do it, but for those that do it and really don't have much else to do in the game, I don't see how this causes excessive anxiety here. I think a lot of folks, though, had the idea that there should be additional endgame content that differs from Spiral Abyss, perhaps bringing back some of the co-op events that we've had in the past that were timed. But instead, they did talk a little bit about the TCG, the trading card game that they did announce on the live stream last time around. They also said that they're working on designing more interesting gameplay in the future. That is really all they said about it. I have no idea. I could go in a million different directions. No idea what that means. It is sad to see there are no plans besides this trading card game to give us some endgame content. That said, right now with the shortened patches, I am feeling like I do have a decent amount to do between each patch, which I think is good. But if we are going back to the longer patches after 3.2 is over, I don't know how much longer that is going to fly, especially as, after 3.2, I don't know if there are any additional Archon quests in 3.3, but the Archon quests are going to stop probably in the earlier patches of the Sumeru update, which means that there won't be as much compelling and long story content for us to do, which definitely makes it a little bit difficult to find things to do in the game and encourage us to open it, really, besides doing like dailies and spending resin. Other than that, they promoted their TCG that they talked about in the previous live stream, and that will essentially be the only endgame content that is coming for right now. When it comes to increasing the resin cap or how often resin gets produced, they have no plans to change that, which is kind of a disappointment considering we're getting some more weekly bosses. We have new characters to farm for. There's a lot that we have to work towards, so it's a shame that they're not going to be increasing that. Now, when it comes to power creep, they don't have any plans of buffing some of the older characters. They do say that they will continue to make new challenges that will keep those characters relevant, though. They also asked about the Traveler getting some outfits or accessories, to which they replied they have no plans. For Dendro getting new reactions with Cryo, Animo, and Geo, not happening. Now, this is a big one. Timed events that have lore in them, they are aware of that issue and are working out some way to make it accessible to newer players. However, they did argue that you don't need to have this information anyway to keep up with the Archon quest. But you know what? Having all of that lore in the timed events definitely enhances your experience while playing through the Archon quest. So hopefully they can do something to fix that. At least upload some of the cutscenes on the YouTube like they've been doing with the Archon quest. And then finally, they asked about plans for collaboration with Honkai, to which they replied, no Honkai characters are probably going to make it into Genshin, and they're basically just working on Genshin characters specifically for Genshin. That's basically it. To sum it all up, there are no plans to expand the endgame content similar to Spiral Abyss, but we are going to get the TCG. That is going to be a permanent endgame experience. We are not getting a resin increase. We are not going to be able to regenerate faster. We are not getting any new buffs for previous characters that might power creep. The Traveler is not getting any kind of customization to their outfits. So that about sums it up. Let me know in the comments below what you think about all of this. For me personally, I find all of it disappointing, but I do hope that this card game goes well. I am personally not feeling very passionate about it, but we'll kind of see what it's like when it comes out in a month or so. But other than that, the no endgame content and the no changes to resin are kind of a bummer to me. Let me know what you think about all of this. I would love to hear it. And of course, if you found this video helpful, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more Genshin content, and I will see you in the next one.